So you sign up for mass election prep and you're signing up to be like, I want this content that is going to prepare me for the 2020 election. And what will happen is that will automatically trigger within our list that the next day you will get the first email send.
When people see the low turnout of the Latino votes for many years, for many elections, they turn to understand or believe that Latinos don't care about politics. La política está en nuestras venas. The politics is inside our veins. I can prove that because many of us came from countries escaping from very bad politics. So it's just a matter of how to inform our audience with language and with the right content.
The pandemic made what is normally kind of a confusing time in terms of elections with a ton of information at various different places even more confusing when you had the mail-in ballots and extended early voting.
So it felt like a really important moment to meet our audience where they were, which was, like many people, very confused about what the rules were going to be, and give them the kind of slim explanation that could really break it down for anyone.
And we knew looking at data from past elections that any of our voter guides did exceptionally well, and people really just wanted a way to make sense of all of the information, not only in terms of how they vote, but also in terms of the local candidates and where they stand on issues of importance specific to Massachusetts. So taking that national story and looking at it through a local lens. So all of those factors all together made us think that a project like this would be really successful.
Megan McGinnis, with her infinite well of tremendous ideas, I think one day just was like, you know, newsletter series are a really important way of delivering like quick hit information to people in this like lovely package that you could be really smart and focused at, sort of like an educational course.
So we team up with the newsletter team at WBUR and came up with this idea of creating a bilingual guide to basically inform people on the basics. How do you register to vote? What are the different ways to vote during the pandemic? What are the important deadlines that you need to know? What do you need to know about the candidates? What are the critical issues that are playing a role in this election? And I think it was a great idea, and we were able to not only translate the content, but also supplement it with relevant input on the Latino vote. And I think we made a great contribution to different communities in Massachusetts, especially Latinos.
An email course is really just an automated series of emails. So how it works is, as soon as I sign up and put my email address in, I would get an email welcoming me to the course, and then it's almost like you're back in school. So every day for 7 days, you would get an email that would cover a different topic. The first day was about voter information in terms of how to vote. We then covered each ballot question for the second and third day. We looked at the candidates for the presidential race and gave you a kind of quick hit list about the candidates and who they were and what they stood for. And then we looked at the issues of importance to Massachusetts and broke it down in terms of where the candidates stood. And we used our beat reporters for that, who really have a deep knowledge of those issues. And then we looked at how Massachusetts had voted in the past and kind of gave you a map in terms of what to expect maybe. And then we ended it with a quiz, so that way you could kind of test your knowledge. And you also got a little I voted sticker that was I completed mass election prep to kind of share with people and show that you were an informed voter and ready to vote.
The electoral guide gave a specific education on the origins of voting, the importance of voting, and what the impact of voting was at the end of the results. It was easy to read, short, and people liked it.
It was really heartening to see that people were not only reading these emails very thoroughly, but then having such thoughtful questions after, and just we're so appreciative that not only we took the time to do that information and dig deeper in the email itself, but then Lisa and I were able to look through the inbox every day and make sure that we responded to them in a timely manner. And just like I would email a friend or a coworker. We tried to keep all of those responses very friendly as well, and give people links to our other coverage across the site, so that way if they wanted to dive deeper, they could.
And I think we were able to capture why this election was really important to every resident of this country, and translate this content that can sound a little bit complex into a really easy to digest way, and easy to understand, and even fun. And I think that was very important to engage Latinos in this election.
The newsletter is the right way for media outlets like ours to go beyond and what is next after the print. I feel that now I have the same taste of what are we publishing tomorrow, what is the big news of right now, and how are we going to distribute it to our readers. So it's not depending on what Google or search says. It depends on how we're going to tell the story on an email that goes directly to the reader.
I hope this newsletter can inspire other media organizations to pay attention to local communities and to team up to include new voices.